Hey, what is happening, everybody? We are here with the Juri character breakdown. If you haven't seen the character breakdown videos before, we talk about a character's notable normals, special moves, V skill, V trigger, as well as the basic game plan. Today we're looking at Juri. She's been playable in the story mode for Street Fighter V for a little while, but is now fully out as a release character. Let's hop into things. Her mobility. Backwards walk speed is just okay. It's pretty average. Forward walk speed is a bit quicker. She gets in there pretty quick, as you can see. See the big difference in the speed. Backdash, pretty average. Doesn't go very far. The recovery is okay. Forward dash is pretty quick, which means she can do stuff like forward dash into throw pretty easily, just to go for something cheeky like that. Jump is just average, maybe slightly on the floaty side, but pretty normal in terms of all mobility. Let's talk about some of her normals. Medium punch is one that you're going to use pretty often. You can link it into stuff like light kick afterwards, and then combo from there. It also has a target combo off of it, which is medium punch into back or forwards heavy punch. You can hit either one. And if you're in the corner, you can get some pretty cool juggles. And if you're in V-Trigger, there's some cool stuff that you can do with this as well that I'll get into when I start talking about V-Trigger. That's pretty useful. Her crouching medium punch is a great counter poke, and you can buffer it into different things. It's really one of those things that you're going to walk back and forth. Your opponent will hit a normal. That's when this crouching medium punch comes out. Standing medium kick, you can see far anti-air, far just poke that you can use. It has also 2 hits up close, and the first hit is special cancelable, so you can do different special moves out of it if you do it quickly. Crouching medium kick is just a normal, kind of stubby crouching medium kick. It doesn't have huge range, as you can see. It'll whiff at this range, but her stand medium kick will hit, so farther range. Crouching heavy punch is an alright anti-air. You can also special cancel it. Same with standing heavy punch. So you can use these and go into different special moves and, get different combos off of it, right? Something like that. So that's what you're going to use those buttons for. Crouching heavy punch is also an alright anti-air, and it can crush counter, which, you can get different juggles and stuff like that. Standing heavy kick is awesome because it moves you forward. It's a little hop you can see there. Has pretty decent range. And back heavy kick is like reuse axe kick. It is special cancelable at 2 different places. The first hit, you can special cancel, as you see there. And also, second hit, you can special cancel. So, very similar to reuse axe kick in that instance. As far as her crush counter normals go, she has a few interesting ones. She has roundhouse, this forward advancing one that crush counters, which is pretty awesome because this is going to move you forward, and along with her forward walk speed, it means you can cover a lot of distance quickly, as well as her crouching heavy punch. And both of these are pretty advantaged. Like, you can even dash up and do medium punch after, so you have so much time that you can dash up and combo something like that. Although I didn't get it there. What? Yeah, so you can do stuff like that. That is 2 of her grounded crush counters. She also has sweep, like every other character in the game. But those are the main crush counters you're going to do. If your opponent jumps, you can crush counter with crouching heavy punch as well, and you can get different juggles like critical art or sweep, or you can do her uppercuts and juggle off of it, whatever you want to do. So that is her crush counters. Let's take counter hit off. Talk a little bit about her special moves. So all her special moves are on kick. They are quarter circle forward kick, quarter circle back kick, and DP with kick. Those are the 3 inputs. Now, if you're used to Juri from Street Fighter 4, you'll remember she had this stored fireball property, right? Where if you do quarter circle forward kick, she kicks her leg up like that, and then like an axe motion, and then she now has a fireball stored, and you'd have to hold on to the button, and when you let go, she shot a fireball. That's not how it works anymore. It's kind of similar in that you can store moves still, but it functions a little bit differently. So I'm going to store a light kick, which I just did, a medium kick, and a heavy kick. Now you can see in the bottom left right by V-Trigger, now I have 3 different moves available. If I input the move again and do light kick, it's a fireball. And it spends that charge I have. So if I want to do that again, I have to store it and then fire again. The medium kick is a little lunging overhead looking move. It's not an overhead, but you can combo after it. So you saw me do this earlier, but I can do stuff like standing heavy punch into this and it'll combo. And I can continue after with stuff, like that. So a very simple combo move. So that's the medium kick on the store, and the heavy kick is a combo ender. She just does a couple of kicks like that. So if I have both of these stored, for instance, I can, instead of ending with that move, I can end like this and do a pretty simple combo. So that is her quarter circle forward kick. The EX version is, just a normal EX ender. You can do stuff like that to combo off of it. It's pretty useful. Now, quarter circle back kick, you've seen me use a few times. It looks just like that. It's a lunging mid. It's not an overhead. I know it looks like one, but is, just a mid. You can block it while crouching. Now, this move you're going to use to end combos a lot. You saw me do it like that. You can also cancel this into critical art as well for pretty decent damage. So if you have something like, one of these stored, you can do this, and then cancel into critical art. It's a pretty normal combo for Juri. EX version of this will launch your opponent up into the air, and you can juggle after with stuff like that. So yeah, that is her quarter circle back kick, and her uppercut motion with kick looks like this. So the light kick version is the pinwheel that you guys know from Street Fighter 4. You can do stuff like that. Medium kick version of this is an uppercut. It's an okay anti-air, and heavy kick version, same kind of thing. It has a little extender at the end, a bit more damage on it. You can use these for juggles in your combos. You can use these to anti-air. The medium kick one's an okay anti-air, like I mentioned. This is something you're going to use pretty often. The EX one is invincible, which means you can use it as a real wake-up, which is awesome. That means that Juri does have an invincible wake-up, and I'll show you guys what I mean. So I'll have Ryu do throw into forward heavy punch meaty. So if I am knocked down as Juri and I don't want to block this situation that my opponent puts me in, you know, I can go ahead and use this EX and get out of there, right? So it is invincible. It's a way to get your opponent off you. That is pretty nice. And it costs a meter. So she does have an invincible reversal when she has meter. Now, let's talk a little bit about her B reversal real quick, since we have Ryu set to do something already. Might as well. It is forward +3 kicks, and it has a huge animation on it, and then knocks your opponent down, right? So it does not leave them standing like some V reversals do. It is a knockdown, which is great because you can store a fireball or something like that afterwards. That's forward and 3 kicks. Her V skill is really interesting. It's kind of similar to Cammy's in the sense that if you just let it go, it'll be a cross-up, right? But it is actually chargeable and also dash cancelable, so you can fake out your opponents with it in neutral and stuff like that. When you charge it up, it actually hits on the way. So if I do something like crouching medium punch into V skill, you can see that was a combo. Now if it's uncharged, there is no hit. So when you charge it up, then you can get the hit in the front. That's just kind of the way it functions. And so you can store this and then save it for combo situations, right, where you could do stuff like this. So you could build yourself some V-gauge instead of doing the normal ender. It's a pretty great way, especially if you're in the corner, to switch sides. Especially when you get your opponent scared and blocking cross-up when you do that, you could do something like, you know, crouching fierce into it and then dash up throw. If you have your opponent super scared of what you're going to do, that is her V skill. It's very interesting. The fact that you can dash cancel it especially, and then, you know, get just combos off of it as well as build V-gauge is awesome. Now, speaking of building V-gauge, her V-trigger, as you guys probably know by now, is Feng Shui from Street Fighter 4. It allows her to cancel different normals into each other. So if I'm in Feng Shui, you can see I can just link, you know, standing light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, just like that. But what changes about this is that these moves are no longer special cancelable into any special move. You can only cancel them into quarter circle forward kick. You cannot cancel into quarter circle back kick. This thing, it's just not possible, right? But what's new in this V trigger is that move is enhanced now. If I do quarter circle forward kick by itself, it shoots a little fireball that now has 2 hits and knocks down. And if you look at my V trigger in the bottom left, I'm losing V trigger by shooting that fireball. So it'll run out pretty quickly. But besides that, now if I just do quarter circle medium kick, you can see I have the combo. Heavy kick is this. So you can do stuff like this and just end your combos, where previously that wasn't an option, right? So that's something new that you have in V-Trigger, as well as you can jump cancel your target combo. This one, this medium forward heavy, is now jump cancelable while you're in V-Trigger. So you can do stuff like that and then juggle afterwards, which is pretty sweet, pretty cool looking. You can do it mid-screen as well. You can just, you know, jump cancel into whatever you want afterwards. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so that quarter circle forward kick move is now different in V-Trigger. She doesn't gain the super enhanced dashes. Like in the other game, her dashes were like quadruple the speed. Now they're pretty similar, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, it allows her to combo different things that before she couldn't, you know. It's a pretty interesting V-Trigger. I'm very curious to see what kind of stuff people are going to come up with this character when they have cool V-Trigger resets, especially with that fireball. Because when you knock someone down, you could set up the fireball and then dash in behind it, and then if they get hit, you know, then you get a knockdown, and you set up the fireball again, and you go in. And you set up the fireball again, and then, yeah, you keep continuing pressure. And if they don't get hit, then you have mix-ups. You have, her, you know, her overhead, which is forward medium kick. Which, you know, that's fantastic. The fact that you now have an overhead, you can mix people up, it's pretty dangerous. So that is Juri in a nutshell. She's a really interesting mid-rangey character. She lost a lot of the zoning she had in the last game, but traded it for combo potential, as well as some pretty interesting mid-screen options. That's the character. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this character breakdown, and I'll see you guys again soon.